Hey guys, so I just got back from the theater from seeing the movie Spy. This was actually not my only planned review for this week. I kind of had a few others I wanted to get around to doing, um, but unfortunately, because of me being under the weather this past week, I'm still kind of recovering from it. I wasn't able to do any of those, but I was able to go to movie theaters today because I've been kind of feeling a little bit better, but I'm still kind of, I'm still recovering. I'm still not 100%, but out of the movies to choose from this week, this was the only one that I was probably gonna go ventured off to see, and that is despite the fact that I'm not a huge Melissa McCarthy fan. I'm not. Anybody who knows me, I just don't. She's a one-trick pony. Lately, she's just been a one-trick pony. She's the female version of Chris Farley. It doesn't help that she came out on It also doesn't help that she, when she came out on SNL 40 and dressed as Matt Foley and did the whole motivational speaker thing. And I'm like, you just pretty much reaffirmed, my thoughts on you for like, and Chris Farley did what she does a lot better in my opinion. But I also have liked Paul Feig as a director, and probably her best roles were in a Paul Feig movie. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I'll give this a shot. Honestly, with the kind of cast it had, I was kind of like, all right, it's got Statham, it's got Jude Law, it's got it's a spy movie. It could be all right. And the reviews have been really good. That's the only reason I was going to go see this, is because how well received this movie has been getting. Usually Paul Feig movies get pretty well received. The Heat was not as well received as Bridesmaids or this, but it got still pretty good reviews. And like I said, I wasn't really going in with high expectations, but you know what? This movie is fucking hysterical. I laughed my ass off. I'm not joking. This is not only the best comedy of the year, but one of the best films I've seen all year too. This movie kicked ass. I loved it. I honestly, I loved it. And honestly, this is my favorite Paul Feig movie of his so far. This is better than Bridesmaids. I like Bridesmaids. I like Bridesmaids better than The Heat was, I couldn't stand Sandra Bullock in The Heat. That was the thing that killed that movie for me. But it was an alright movie. I didn't love The Heat, but but Bridesmaids was like up to this point like my favorite movie of his. Spy blows it out of the fucking water. I'm gonna give the devil the credit it deserves in the fact that yes, Melissa McCarthy is really good in this movie. She made me fucking laugh. I don't know if that means I'm gonna turn my opinion's gonna turn on about her yet. We'll see. It's one performance, but the thing is with Melissa McCarthy is that I'm not sick of her. I'm not at all. I am sick of her. Take that back. I'm not. I don't hate her. She's in every goddamn thing, and she does just the same one trick. Like I said, she's the one trick pony in most movies. In this movie, she does a lot of the stuff that she does in those movies, but she's also shows that she can act, and she can also be very funny doing other stuff too at the same time. She's really good in this movie. I'm not gonna lie, she is. She's very funny. She carries this movie. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even if you're like me, don't really like her, honestly, you'll kind of be surprised. Like during her scenes where, like I said, where she is required to have to act, and she does a really good job. Like when she needs to be emotional, like the part where at the beginning where Jude Law, his character gets killed, which is a fucking disturbing scene. Don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything. It happens in like the first 10 minutes, so don't worry. He, it like it's a very sad scene. Like it's a very like you only got introduced to this character like 10 minutes, this is only 10 minutes of the movie and just really got introduced to this character, and that fucking happens. You're like, holy shit, that was a pretty devastating scene. Like, she watches him die. It's like fucking disturbing. It was like that's one thing I'll talk about in this movie first too. It is kind of a very disturbing scene, and her acting is really good in that. And like, she's not just there to prove that she's this is a spy too, but she's also trying. It becomes kind of a revenge flick for the most part. It does also at the end pretty much become her just wanting to become a spy, prove herself as a spy. But I'm fine with that. I like the idea. It also kind of varied like into a revenge flick. That was pretty cool. Honestly, while I liked her in this movie, and while she was great, and she was amazing, I thought the breakout comedic performance in this thing was Statham. Statham, every time he popped up in this movie, had me fucking laughing. Like, his dry delivery of, like, his lines was spot on. He basically plays this guy a spy who is basically like almost a rogue spy and does whatever the fuck he wants. And he keeps bragging about how awesome he is, but in the end of the day, when it comes to him going into action, he's very incompetent. It's very funny. Like, the bragging he does, like that scene where him and Melissa McCarthy are at the hotel and he's talking about all the things he's done. It's so fucking. You can tell it was all improv, but Jesus Christ, he just goes on and on. It gets even funnier and funnier. Like, every time he says something like new, like all this, they're like so over the top, over exaggerations. He's great. I love Statham in this movie. He was amazing. He's very funny. Rose Byrne also was very good. I thought she was funny and also kind of scary at sometimes. Never thought I'd say that. She's honestly thought would be like a very unintimidating woman. But man, oh man, like I said, that scene where she kills fucking Jude Law is like, seriously, that scene was shit your pants scary. Like, I was like, oh my god, like, this bitch is cold hearted. God damn, that scene was great. Jude Law, for what he's in, he is good in here too. Basically playing an agent. If Jude Law was an agent, this is what this is what he would be. He was fine. He was great. I liked Jude Law, and you also have Allison Janney is in this thing as the CIA director, who I don't understand how she hasn't got her own movie yet. That woman steals almost everything she's ever in, and she's great in this. Obviously, she only has a few scenes here and there, and when she's on camera, she's always pretty goddamn funny. Also, when I was talking about Statham, his chemistry with Melissa McCarthy was great too. Oh my god, they had great comedic chemistry. You have a lot of cameos that pop up from people from previous Paul Feig movies that just pop up here and there, like a lot of them. Like, if you've watched like pretty much all of his movies, you would recognize pretty much all of them. I pretty much did, including the really random appearance of Melissa McCarthy's husband. If you don't know who he is, he's the guy that was the air marshal on the plane in Bridesmaids that Melissa McCarthy was harassing during the movie, and that's actually her husband, and he also directed her in that movie Tammy, which I heard was really bad. I never watched it. I just, again, because it was Melissa McCarthy, I wasn't watching it. He pops up really randomly, like during a chase scene where she's chasing like the bad guys on a bike, and she stops her bike. And he just pops up out of the middle of nowhere. Is, excuse me, do you know where a Popeyes is? And she just takes out a gun that she has, points at the car she's chasing. He's like, "Oh fuck, I'll ask somebody else. God damn it!" It's like, well, that was random. But there are a lot of like cameos throughout this movie that like yeah, from a lot of Paul Feig regulars. Hell, they even have fucking 50 Cent pop up in this movie, which is really weird. That was very random. Again, very, very random. What else? I also love that this movie is a pretty good parody spoof of spy movies, to the point that there's even a fucking title card sequence that's similar to something you would see in like a James Bond movie at the beginning of this thing. I like that. I really dug that. I thought that was pretty funny that they actually did that. That made me really laugh. It was like, and I mean, it wasn't like over long like James Bond title cards are. Like they kind of overstayed their welcome a little bit. They even have their own little theme song playing at like in the middle of the card too, which is kind of funny. Like I like that. I like that little touch to it. Kind of make it is like I said, a spoof of spy movies, but also is a spy movie in itself. It doesn't like try to wink at you or do any of that shit, like break the fourth wall. It knows it's a spy movie. It doesn't try to be like a tongue-in-cheek kind of movie. It's like about one of my favorite. Like I said, there's a lot of Bond jokes in this. One of my favorite ones was the different gadgets she was given. That was pretty fucking funny. That when they were showing her like the special gadgets she was gonna be given on her mission before her mission, that was pretty funny. Like there's a stool softener that's a pill that will stop poison from going into your system. A pill that will stop poison from going to your system that's labeled under a bottle. It's in a bottle that's labeled stool softener, and then like there's hemorrhoid cream or something like that. I forget, like that's used for, I don't fucking remember. It gets really weird. It's like that's like the kind of like it's very fucking funny. This movie also is really fucking violent and very dark. Oh my god, people die left and right. Like some very brutal fucking deaths too. It's a really hard R film. There's no doubt about it. It is very hard R. It earns its R rating. Mainly due to the fucking violence. I mean, there is language, but of course, there's a lot of violence in this thing. A guy's throat gets dissolved. That was disturbing. I didn't expect that. That was actually Gabe from The Office that happens to. That was fucking disturbing. Yeah, that was. I mean, that was. Oh god, that was fucking disturbing. And like, people get shot in the fucking head, point blank in the head. Get stabbed, get thrown off a roof, shit like that. Yeah, it's a pretty violent movie. If I ever make any complaints, the only one I really can think of is there are points in this movie where there's some really terrible looking CGI, really terrible, like the scene at the end where Jason Statham and Melissa McCarthy are hanging off a helicopter. And it's so fucking blatantly obvious that they're not hanging off a helicopter. It looks so cartoony and so fake. It's kind of distracting. There's also, like, when Rose Byrne and Melissa McCarthy are flying cross country, they're showing outside plane shots while Melissa McCarthy's trying to fly a plane. It is so obvious CGI, like to the point it almost looked like a video game almost at some points, like a cut scene from a video game. It looked that bad. I mean, I'm sorry, but I mean, I'm not saying it's. I know people say like, that's kind of a really minor nitpick. I mean, this is a comedy. I'm not gonna bitch about it that too much, But it is like there's like a little should have been maybe a little bit more work on CGI because that looked like shit. Those shots of CGI did look like a lot like shit. For the most part, it looked like when somebody got shot in the head, it did look like it was practical. I think, unless they fooled me. Not CGI. It looked actually. I swore because like there was blood splatter on the back of the wall, so that kind of helped. I think. I could be wrong again. And what else? I don't know. Yeah. I recommend it. Even if you don't like Melissa McCarthy, like I do, or like I don't like her at all. Or I wouldn't say it at all, but you know, if you're like me that doesn't, can't really stand her right now, you kind of like it. It is a very funny movie. I want to say this. I like Paul Feig in the fact that he's doing all these films where the females are the leads of his films, and it's mainly a female lead cast, and few males mixed here in between. I like that. I really do, and that's a very courageous and commendable thing for him to do. And it's sad it's taken this long for somebody to do that. He's made a career off of that. Good for him, man. I'm not. That's very cool. But I think he needs to take a break from casting Melissa McCarthy in every single one of his films, and also that goes to Kristen Wiig too. But I know we're getting Ghostbusters. I'm not sure about that, but I'm gonna keep an open fucking mind. All right, I don't know. I don't. Unless, of course, it's gotta have Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig. Of fucking course. But the only reason I'm kind of like, all right, I'll hold out hope is that, both of them, the last two good movies I've seen them in, usually have both been from Paul Feig, been directed by Paul Feig. So I don't know. And he's a competent comedic director. He's very good, actually. So I don't know. A very good writer too, as he writes all these too. Hold on, sorry, I've got to take a drink here. Anyways, there's a few trailers I want to talk about, especially one. Might go on a rant for a little bit, so hold your horses. I got a new trailer for Paper Towns. Again, it is just people that the guy who wrote The Fault in Our Stars, and it's about a guy who's dreams about this girl from school. He always is pining over her, and then one night she just pops up in his room and wants to go on an adventure with him overnight. And then when the night ends, she disappears, and he's trying to figure out what happened to her. I was like, it'd be really disturbing if an ironic ending if she ends up found dead somewhere. And then he ends up getting accused of her murder. That's not going to happen, but I don't know. Ricky and the Flash. This had a kind of cool idea at the beginning. It started off with, it's Meryl Streep in a rock band, a leader of a rock band. All right, I can get behind that. I don't know about her singing, but fuck it. I kind of like intrigues me a little bit about Meryl Streep being the leader of a rock band, and then it decides, okay, well, we're gonna turn this into a family drama because her daughter calls her and tells her that her husband left her for a younger woman, and she has to come home and try to help her daughter grieve over this. And I'm sitting there like, oh god. It's like it's this kind of movie. I'm like, damn it. Like, I know it's Meryl Streep and she's amazing in everything she does, but fuck that. I was like, maybe it'll be August of Osage, like something like August Osage County, and that it's fucked up beyond belief. Seriously, you haven't seen that movie, go fucking watch it. I just watched that again like a couple days ago, and seriously, like, that movie, this if you haven't seen that movie, all you need to know about that movie involves incest. I'm not joking. And it's like treated like it's kind of okay. that's all I'm gonna say about that movie. You haven't seen it. It's fucked up, but you have to see it. It's like the most fucked up family I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't think this movie will be that good, but I did like August Osage County because of how fucked up it was. But maybe this one will surprise me. And then I got. I dropped my glass. God damn it. Alright, fuck it. Never mind. I got the trailer finally for Vacation. I'm gonna say this. I love the original Vacation. One of my all-time favorite comedies. Love Christmas Vacation. Another, like, one of the greatest comedies ever made, too. The other two, I mean, they're not very good, but I always find something that I can find entertaining. And like in European Vacation, hey kids, there's Big Ben. You know, I was in Europe and I was in London and I was saying that same thing all the goddamn time. And on paper, this sounds like a good idea. You got Ed Helms playing Rusty Griswold, and he's not all grown up and wants to take his family over to on the same trip that him and his family did when he was a kid to Wally World, which apparently is still open. And God damn it, this looks like fucking shit. I really hate this. I've never hated a trailer this much. Like, I remember seeing the first trailer, and this is, alright, I'll say this. This one wasn't as bad as the first trailer. First trailer, I think, was longer, so that's probably why. The first trailer just pissed me off. Like, because half the jokes in these fucking trailers are, well, it's not gonna be like the first. We're gonna do the same thing, but it's not gonna be like the first one. It's gonna be different. Wah, wah. That's literally like the jokes you hear in this fucking thing. And I'm sitting there like, oh, fuck off, fuck off. And I'm done. I wanted to just throw something at my computer when I saw this for the first time online, and god damn it. God damn it. And then there's like dick jokes and I know that like they turn it in Vegas or Vacation into raunchy humor because I don't know why, because like I know that, you know, Vacation was rated R, but it wasn't like heavy on the fucking raunchy comedies. God damn it. Fucking this movie. Like, I remember, like, this is like, it's bringing back memories of one of the first times when I saw the trailer for Dumb and Dumber 2. You know, if you've seen the fact that Dumb and Dumber 2 is my worst film of 2014, should know that I fucking hated that movie. I'm more, god damn it. It's like, god damn it. Like, I like Ed Helms. I really do. Good, I fucking lost my glasses because of this damn thing. How did they go? Anyways, and Ed Helms is like, you know, he's a very funny guy. I loved him in The Office, except the last 2 seasons. And he was very funny except for the last 2 seasons, like I said. And I want to see him succeed, but he's gonna do shit like this. Fuck that. I don't. Alright, I will say this. I'll try to keep an open mind, and I will see it because I love Vacation. I will cross my fingers. I'll, you know, if the Cavaliers, like, this is a good possibility. If the Cleveland Cavaliers fucking win the championship after last night's game, anything's fucking possible. So it will make me believe that anything's fucking possible. So if anything's possible, then I can believe that, you know, fucking Vacation will actually be a good movie. I don't know. I just don't know, man. I don't have faith in it. All right, I gotta look for my glasses, and I'll be back probably in a couple days. Actually, here I'm gonna do a review for Human Centipede 3. Yay! I actually have it ordered on YouTube. I gotta just start watching it. So until then, I'll talk to you guys later.